gotta finish up this right here and get that done. So I'm gonna make this little pile there. Collect the paint as best as I possibly can. And that is not going to work because I need more. Yeah, like that amount will be fine. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Hopefully when it dries it'll settle in. I actually sprayed a little bit of white over the face just to highlight it a bit. And let me see if I can do a tricky here. I don't know if this will work. Nice. I think that's good enough. Alright. I don't have a wet palette, and I should be getting one soon. But I'm doing this a bit here because there are parts that I messed up in the leg that need a little bit of work. Actually, you know what? Before we do the leg, let's do the most important part. Okay, there's red here, which I'm going to be covering up soon, but actually no. This looks good. Just the red that needs to be touched up, so I won't touch this. Okay, fine. Let's go here. Let me see. I missed something here. Don't have to do the bottom. Barely can see it anyway. Yeah, that one right here. That's a bit of a mess. Don't see anything there. Okay. That's good. Get the other leg. Yeah, there's some damage there. I think this is where the Vic paint strength is at its best. Hand painting it. It levels out pretty well. Unlike, well, I mean, I painted lacquer-based paint right now, just recently, but I think this is a better choice for hand painting. There's some leftover yellow that you see on other parts of the kit, which I'm going to get the white paint and paint it over it as well. Grab that part here. I think that's pretty much it. The chest part, I did a nice coverage with the blue. But I'm going to paint the inside here a bit because when I was spray painting it, it didn't look like it looked like it didn't get every coverage there. You still see a little bit of the blue, or it doesn't look like the primer went well. But if I just do this, and the other side, that should be fine. Oh my god, is that white? Is that yellow that I just painted? No, because I didn't grab on that side. Well, I got blue, so I can retouch it up again. No big deal. I think that's pretty much it of the well, I'm actually gonna do this, and I'm gonna be a pain in the ass. It'll be a pain in the ass to do it, but let's try it anyway. I got to at least do that. It's not bad. Good. Hopefully when it dries it'll level out. And, this looks okay. Where's the other arm? I had it here a minute ago. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Let's get this done. We're not done. Not done yet. But soon we'll be done. Alright, we're almost done here. We just need to lock these parts into place. Not too much though. To use that. It's good. It's interesting that this part has some unique detail design right here, and there's nothing that will show that it clamps onto it. But I guess it's meant to, like, maybe take the take the adhesives a little bit better. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay, you know what? I can't do it with the camera there. So I gotta do it off camera. I'm sorry. And I'm actually gonna have to hold it into place because there we go. I gotta count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and let go. There we go. Let me do the other one, and we'll do a final review. There we go. My 1/44 scale Zeta Gundam from the Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam animated series is now complete. Almost. Almost. Okay? So, we know it's not complete. But, yeah. This came out very nice. Very, very nice. I'm gonna have to say that I am extremely happy on how it came out. Let me just bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see it here. The extra layer of armor and parts on it act as a double-edged sword. It works in one way, but it doesn't in others. And I know some of you are probably saying, you don't like it and all that stuff, but I did it because there's parts that were no way able to cover up with the masking. With the sanding. I guess the engineering portion of this kit during that time, even though they were perfect, they were not near laser perfect like we're accustomed to in today's model kits these days, you know? And it me putting these extra parts here pretty much sells it right there with the enhancements. As you can see right there. Face came out good, the eyes came out alright, this is the best you can possibly do here. I think there should have been more eyeliner below the green eyes, but I was a bit afraid of messing it up and redoing it again and again and again. Sanding the head, because there's that seam line that goes around the entire head. That came out perfect. I was like, okay, I'm impressed with that. Pat myself on the back for that. Putting that layer parts there. I was gonna put something in the waist right here, but I didn't want to make it too much, I was, but then I said no, don't stop right there. The one thing that annoyed the crap out of me were these side skirt armor, because I have to say, proportionately, they don't look good. They really don't look good at the time. I guess maybe, there's so much you could do at this scale. And by the way, these are actually held up, and it's actually a little loose. I feel it there, but I did put CA glue on that, on both of these. CA glue is being held up. Is holding up these side panel parts right here. And you gotta remember, this is not very articulate. I can imagine in the high grade the current high grade version and the master grade version, you have the joints that actually stick out so that the arms can extend out. You cannot do that here. You would have to like make a how can I say this? Like a regular polycap, but not facing this way, facing that way, and then a plastic part that sticks out that way, but then sticks out this way. So when you turn, it will turn also. I think it can be done because the polycap can rotate, and then, but the thing is that the spacing is not there for that. I watched a video that Zachary Aurelius did recently, with him redoing the 1/100 scale Zaku cannon, the original MSV kit, and even though it's an old kit, you know, the old to gold kit, you could say, that he's doing right now, there is a lot of wiggle room for him to actually adjust that and make it better. So on a high grade, unfortunately, I do not have all those parts that you normally see by companies like Wave or MGS, Kotobukiya, things like that. And quite frankly, I could have thought of maybe adjusting the the crotch part, so that way that these legs can turn. Unfortunately, you cannot. They're stuck like that. The arms can turn to a certain degree, but it cannot, this arm cannot hold that, cannot hold that. Well, there's no grip on that. I super glued the gun to the hand here because this grip is associated with this. And unfortunately, the grip is so, the hole on the grip is so big, while the actual hilt handle is small. So I super glued that right there because there's no way I can get that to position. I touched up as best as I possibly can. I know I see a few things that I missed, like that right here. This part of the beam rifle, it needs a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can see it. It needs a little bit more yellow. There are certain parts here that I think I need a little bit more darker parts to cover up the yellows that spilled out. I took white paint and I began to detail some of the areas that the yellow did fall under. There is a red here that's under the leg, but you can barely see it, but I gotta take care of that. This is a contender for vintage kits at MosquitoCon, because it's vintage kits over 20 years old. This is from 1985. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, I am not done. I'm sorry to say I am not done. I am done for now. But the contest is still going. The Old for Gold contest that Zachary Aurelius and USA Gundam Store is still doing. I'm going to tidy it up a bit more. I'm going to top coat it. And of course, I got to decal this guy. And a little bit of a wash here and there just to bring out the highlights. And I'm going to say this. Even if it doesn't make it for the contest, it was never meant for the contest. This was a coincidence that Zachary Aurelius was doing the contest. And then I'm making this. I did this because this was my first Gundam that I purchased way back in the late 80s. And I don't remember where I got it, unfortunately. There was, again, I mentioned many times, there was a hobby store here that was no longer there anymore. One of those mom and pop hobby stores that I just went in, I saw a lot of model kits, and then I saw the sci-fi and Japanese model kits, and I saw that, and I picked it up, and I built it. Never painted it, because I don't think I had, at that time, the skills that I have right now to complete this. Seriously, this was a labor of love for me. This was personal. This was a personal journey for me, because I finally got a chance to complete what I remembered building when I was, 17 or 18 years old, This may not be everyone's cup of tea, you know, because everybody's so used to, snap builds and things like that. But you gotta remember that this was a journey for me that I started when I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, maybe 6, I don't know. Remembering all the model kits that I built and going back to them and doing it right. Because back then I was building and I was having fun, but I was not doing it right like I'm doing it now. And that was the reason why. So, I'd like to give a shout out to, was it Old School Gunplot? He always has a video on Instagram. I don't know if he's still on right now, but because of his build of the Spartan that he made last year, I have to admit that kind of like sparked my interest to going back to days of me building classic kits, and I think that was, that got me going right there. I said, all right, I got to do this. I really got to. So thank you, Old School Gunplot, for keeping it real for us old model builders. A big shout out to Wiseguys. Wiseguys Hobbies. If you guys didn't have this kit, I would have not enjoyed building it right now. Also, shout out to Dan for taking me there, and everybody else who has been part of my channel, part of my community, part of my friendship, you could say. But yeah. So, first model build of my Summer of Zeta is complete. I'm going to be starting up the next build soon. With that being said, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching me build the original 1/44 scale Zeta Gundam from the Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam animated series. And what can I say but stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys all have a great day.